I'm pretty confident that we could make extensive lists of stuff that matters in a happy marriage, but that also matters when you're building a modern competitive firm. And I'm equally certain that at the very top of both those lists, we would find the very same item, namely people. If you fail in the recruitment process of your marriage, and a lot of Scandinavians do, look at the stats, no number of family therapists will help. The same is true when you're trying to build a competitive organization. Fail in recruitment, and not all the McKinsey consultants in the world can save you. When man doesn't know, what does man do? Well, when man doesn't know, man believes. Some believe in Obama, others believed in Osama, some still believe in the Pope in Rome, and others in Paris Hilton. Human beings believe. We crave meaning. We hate meaninglessness. And great leaders, I think, have always been really pragmatic about this. If people want something to believe in, you must provide that, so that they can believe in themselves, the work that they do in you and in your organization. And that's why we see so many of these peak-performing organizations having something that I think you can call a corporate religion, a set of beliefs to which people can attach themselves. At the very core, at the very center of these religions, you typically find a dream. And I think it's important that it is exactly a dream. You see, there were reasons, good reasons, for why that guy, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., once upon a time said, "I have a dream," and why he decided not to say, "I have a 5-year plan." Dreams are powerful. They lift us up to where we belong, and they matter. All human beings are becoming increasingly stupid. I don't know if you noticed this morning when you woke up, you were a little bit more stupid than you were yesterday evening, right before going to bed. Well, let's put it like this. There's good news and there's bad news, okay? Let's begin with the good news. The good news is illustrated by the white line. As you can see, it grows at a linear rate. The white line is there to illustrate the fact that over time, human beings actually become a little bit smarter. Over a 10-year period, average human IQ increases by about 3 IQ points. In essence, we don't know why, but we can see it in the statistics. The white line illustrates something that I think many of you have suspected for quite some time, the fact that with a very high level of probability, you are a little bit smarter than your parents. It also suggests that in all likelihood, your kids will become a little bit smarter than you. I know it may not seem like that right now, but we have to be patient, okay? Of course, not everyone is predestined to become smarter than his or her parents. Personally, I would still put my money on the older President Bush rather than the younger. The not-so-curious George, if you know what I mean. But as a general principle, this seems to work. It's called the Flynn effect, after Professor Flynn, who was the first one to discover it. Now, that was the good news. Now we can deal with the bad news. The bad news is illustrated by the red curve. As you can see, it grows at an exponential rate. It is there to capture all the knowledge, all the books, all the gurus, all the stuff that you find on the internet, etc., etc. And it's growing at a much faster pace than any single individual can keep up with. In effect, there is a growing gap between what we know and what I know. Or put differently, we're all becoming increasingly stupid, relatively speaking.